This is Five with Friends. 5 friends, 5 perspectives, all fun. Hello, and welcome everyone to this week's episode. My name is Zan, don't ask why, just put an I, and with me this week are Sumra.
Hey.
Amina.
Hiya.
Maz.
Hey.
And Qasim.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey. Hello, Sumra.
Hello, Monty.
How's everyone's week been?
Been pretty good.
Can't complain, I guess.
This is a
really unmotivating beginning right now.
I was gonna say we are a week. Well, this is the first episode after the Shadi, right? So
No, we did scary stories.
No, that was last week. You're right. Oh my god, I'm so bad with my
We
weeks.
can't
You're
keep
right.
talking about the Shadi like it's happened yesterday.
I'm so bad.
But we have me and Geki Gossam are going to Chicago
Chi-town.
for the Walima, or the third day of the wedding.
Yeah. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
Are you guys ever? Yeah. Are you excited more for Chicago or for the Shadi?
All right.
Just say it. Just say it.
Chicago.
Be true.
Let's be real here. Well, I mean,
Plead the fifth.
so I'm gonna be there a day early than Amina, so I'm gonna check some stuff out.
You're literally going to be there 10 hours earlier.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be there 10 hours, whatever. Either way, I'm still gonna be there
You're
early.
gonna check the hotel room out. That's what you're gonna check. Then you're gonna go to bed.
I'm gonna go to the Bean. That's what I want to do. I want to take a picture there, and yeah.
You guys have to go
my
get
plan
deep
so
dish
far.
pizza too.
Wait, what?
Deep dish.
I said you gotta
I'm gonna.
deep dish pizza.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I'm gonna
yeah,
do?
yeah.
I'm gonna get a thin crust just to piss everyone off.
You do that. You go for your New York pizza.
I am from the New England. We don't eat deep dish here. No, it's okay. I'll try it.
Yeah, me and I'm gonna have plans to maybe go to museums there, check some
Maybe
stuff
go to some
out.
parties.
Some
I got
party.
invited to a bunch of parties. Chance the Rapper invited me. So
Yeah.
Imagine.
I wish.
Chance
the
is like,
Rapper.
Amina, I need you right now here.
I'd be like, anywhere you want, Chance. We BFFs now.
Exactly.
All right. So, Zan, do we have any loose ends?
No loose ends, but I
Zan's
actually
loose ends.
listen. You guys grilled me so hard last week that I purposely did not bring anything. But I do want to talk about something that I found really interesting over the weekend, and I held it in just to talk about it on the podcast.
Oh, wow.
So over the weekend, right, I went to Target, wanted to replace some of my pajamas that I had. A little, they're getting a little old. Just wanted to replace.
I can
get a
imagine.
couple.
Actually, I don't have to imagine. I know
This is
exactly
such a
like.
grown man errand. Trying to get these PJs from Target. In New York City. Like, what?
So I went. So I said Target. I initially first went to TJ Maxx, right? So I could have saved a couple of dollars here and there.
Zan, are you also a maxxinista with me?
I think so.
We're both
mean-
maxxinistas.
Hey, their prices are unbeatable sometimes.
TJ
so
Maxx
you
should
gotta-
sponsor us too.
Please and thanks.
All right, continue. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So yeah, I went to TJ Maxx, right? And Target, both places. Went in there to find sleepwear, and for some strange reason, I couldn't find it at all. Like it was nowhere to be found in Target, nowhere to be found in TJ Maxx, and I thought I was going crazy. I was like, how do clothing stores like them don't have sleepwear at all, right? So I went up to one of the ladies in TJ Maxx specifically, asked her. And she was like, okay, let me look around. And she looked around and she couldn't find it either. She was like, oh, I think sleepwear is seasonal.
What?
So my question to you guys is, since when has sleepwear be seasonal? When is that that's so strange, right? Like,
Yeah, it's not.
Maybe because it's summertime, and they believe that you shouldn't buy flannel pajamas in the summertime.
But like, so
Maybe
then what
they
what do they expect you to buy if you wanted to wear pajamas during the summer?
a t-shirt, and boxers. Naked.
Really?
No,
I guess so.
This is out of control. That's not true.
That's out of control.
Summer,
It's weird though. Like both ladies told me to. One in Target and TJ Maxx. They both were like, "Yeah, you know, they're seasonal." I'm like, "What since when?"
Did you say pajamas or sleepwear?
I said
either
both.
way, why are
Yeah.
sleepwear? We sleep a third of our lives. It's not seasonal. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just blew me away. And then I had to go to a different Target. No, not a Target, sorry. I went to a different mall completely just to get pajamas.
Did you get them finally? You should have just went
I
straight
did.
to JC Penney.
It's so funny because that's exactly where I went.
Wait,
You know me too well, Summer.
Gossam.
I know.
Yeah.
Gossam. Does dope.com have sleepwear?
Sadly, it doesn't. I've checked already.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I don't know, but I want them to sponsor.
We'll check it out.
Yeah,
We've been
We want
dope.com
a lot
fans
of
since
people to sponsor us.
we're just gonna have to go down the line and just ask them,
We're
beg
so
and plead.
desperate.
Hey, please.
But I've heard that I don't know. It takes a while for podcasts to get sponsored. Like there's this one podcast that I listen to. They have 50,000 listeners, and he still hasn't had any sponsorships or anything. So
We should definitely not talk about freaking sponsorship after our 5th episode. Actually, currently our 5th episode.
it hasn't even been released yet.
Yeah.
Let's move on from sponsors. I heard good things about our episode last week and how people were really into the scary stories. We say that, by the way. We say scary stories because our nephew says that. So we're not just weird and make baby talk to each other.
It's just the language that he talks is the
I mean,
funniest and cutest
maybe
thing in the world.
sometimes we just do it just for the hell of it, but most of the times because of him.
We don't. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, people probably think we're so odd because we're like scary.
Yeah,
but-
oh, my little Reza. Shout out to Reza.
But I got good. People want to hear it, so I think that we should do more.
yeah, I
That's
was
it.
I was kind
course.
of surprised by the comments and all that stuff. I mean, I thought it was my favorite podcast as well, but overall, I was surprised by the feedback and all that stuff. So it was cool.
Yeah, I even got feedback from like new listeners that I just met over the weekend. Like my friends, they were my friends, but they never had the chance to listen to anything yet. And then up until this last episode, I should say, they heard the episode for the first time and they were like, "Wow, this is a really great episode. I loved it." One of my friends, actually, Jason, shout out to him. He was telling, like, him and his cousin, I met them up, and they were telling me scary stories at night. And they were like, and then halfway through the story, I was like, "Yo, save it, and then we're gonna have you on a future episode one day, because you need to share these stories." Because he's from Ireland, Jason. So you know the Irish scary stories are freaky.
Are creaky?
Creaky, freaky,
And everything in between.
Spoopy.
spoopy.
Yeah,
So
why
yeah,
do you
no.
say spoopy?
So this is a long story, and it comes from college, and I'm not gonna tell it. Just I say spoopy.
Okay.
That's it.
What kind of tease is that?
I'll tell it when we do our next spoopy episode. I'll say, all right, here's the origin of spoopy.
Oh, okay. I see. You got a tease for the next episode. I see it.
I don't like that word. There's some reason I don't like the word tease. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why. Anyway, Maz, were you in New York City this week?
Yeah, I was. I had a great time. It was just a nice, relaxing 2-3 days.
What'd you do?
Were you?
I didn't even I barely hung out with Maz. Just letting you know. Just want to
That's
let you know
messed
that.
up, yo. That's your brother.
Well, Maz will explain it. He knows.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, my friend came up, so I just really just showed him around because he never went to New York City, so.
Okay, well,
Where's he
guess that's
from?
it.
Well, that wasn't. I was also sick. I was working. You know, all the usual.
Lies.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Summer, are you okay? You're choking. All right, let's ignore Summer's choking.
I'm gonna mute Summer right now.
We just let her choke on her own. You're evil.
Oh,
Good.
sorry, guys.
Maz, do you eat some good food in the city?
No. I have a budget right now. I was eating like some cheap food.
He was
Were you eating
chicken
halal
rice.
food?
Not at all.
Uh-oh. Dun.
I was eating straight bologna the whole time.
Bologna.
Monty was getting pastrami sandwiches all around.
Well,
Pastrami actually is no. Well, pastrami is beef, right? So never mind. That's a bad joke.
Ruben.
Ruben. But yeah, what a segue, Amina. I saw that segue that you wanted to do.
Yeah, I did a good job. Sometimes I can do a good job. But yeah, we're going to talk this week about kosher, halal, and everything Kamal. Kamal means great.
Well, halal and haram.
Halal and haram.
And
Yeah.
who wants to define what halal is?
What is halal?
And who wants to define what haram is?
Well, brothers, halal is stuff that is sanctioned in our religion to be eaten, and it's usually defined as animals who are slaughtered in a certain way with prayer, and not including pig. There's nothing you can do to a pig to make it halal. It's just straight up haram.
But you know what I hate?
Oh God, here we go.
When you go to these desi stores, they're like halal bacon. It makes no sense. Like,
It's just
but you
like
can't do anything
turkey
to the
bacon.
pig that's like halal. But no, that's different though. People say straight bologna halal, halal bacon.
Well,
and
Well,
freeze.
I'm not gonna-
It's obviously fake.
Oh, of course. It's just like the aspect of trying to like making you think that you're actually eating pig, but you're actually not.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, yeah, you're right, though. It's like trying to be like, you know what? Like, guess what, guys? We can't eat bacon, okay?
Like,
Yeah.
who
So
cares?
stop trying to, like, be like, hey, and, like, do a go-round. If you can't eat it, you can't eat it. Or just eat the damn bacon.
Heard.
Well, besides pig, though, what else is haram exactly? Like,
Well, again, who wants to define haram before we keep going for
Oh,
the
yeah.
viewers? It means it's forbidden
Listeners. Okay, yeah. Haram
yes.
means forbidden. You keep saying
Forbidden.
viewers.
by Islamic law.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically like it's just essentially saying kosher and not kosher, basically. I mean, there
Exactly.
it's basic. It is the same thing, but not really the same thing. And it's,
But I feel like
we'll talk about that later.
I
But
feel like haram is such a heavy word. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, it's like, oh, this is not kosher. Whereas, like, it's like haram. And you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay.
especially when you say it with the accent, like haram, you know, like
the hard accent.
yeah.
Yeah, no. It's real, guys. It's real. We've been hearing it our whole lives. Like, oh, that's haram. And you're like, oh, how is that haram? Why is everything haram?
Bacon looks so delicious in the morning, though. Oh my goodness.
A nice pigs in a blanket would be good right now.
You know what also looks delicious? Like when I'm like, let's just say I'm sleeping over at a friend's house and like his mom is like making bacon. Sausage. Sausage looks bomb. Like I'm not gonna lie.
You
It
know what
looks
I
so
want?
tender.
There are alternatives. It's called turkey bacon. It's called turkey sausage. It's called beef sausage.
Okay, you know what I want though? I going over Sumra here. I want ribs.
Some
I
baby
want-
back ribs.
Some
Yes.
baby back
Now that
ribs.
is something I would totally go for.
Right, I want it.
Guys, I feel like this episode's gonna cause a lot of controversy. I'm just putting that out there.
Why?
What?
Because we're not saying that we eat these
No,
foods.
I'm not saying about eating. I'm talking about what we think. I mean, there are certain things that everybody knows really is haram.
Like,
But there are certain things like pig, right?
and
Well,
Al-
you see, that's the thing. Like, some people can say that really it's only haram until it, alters
Intoxicates
your
you.
judgment.
Yeah.
So then,
But if you have a little sip of it, then it's okay. But if
Right.
if it
Well, like-
mentally alters
or
you,
for medicinal purposes
Right.
or something.
right, medicinally speaking. So, like, if we
How
have
can
some...
alcohol be medicinal though?
Well,
Are you
it
kidding me?
can. Think about
well, back in the day, it
medicine.
was.
Back in the
Exactly.
day, definitely it was, but like,
What are you
They would
talking
give like
about?
brandy and stuff to people with colds.
Also, listen to me here, okay? Listen, the type of alcohol you're thinking is not the type of alcohol they put in medicine, but it's still alcohol. You know that, right?
Yeah.
No, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like straight, like real, like brandy and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Well, like, if you're like, if they used to, like, if you had an infection and they had to do something
Oh,
that was
yeah.
painful,
of course.
you would sip up
Yeah.
and dull
But
you
like
down.
my point is this could cause.
Well, I
Go ahead,
think for
sorry.
those certain situations that has to be taken in consideration. For example, you
Well,
know,
yeah.
you have to maybe sip that brandy when, you can't feel the pain or whatever. I don't know. I mean,
But I feel like it's just like not like people don't really do that. Like, let's just say you need to get your hand cut off, like emergency. Like, yeah, then you do it. Like, yeah, chug that bottle. But like, if you're like just like commonly just going to a doctor, they're not gonna give you like a nip and just like, yeah, drink this and I'm gonna do this. Like,
Okay,
no.
so
Well,
this
no,
is what-
maybe not here, but like in like for example, our moms. I don't know about your mom, but my mom, I think one time got like a really bad cold. It could have been the flu or something, and somebody like gave her like a teaspoon of brandy.
Haram.
okay, well, so wait, what happened after?
Well, she got better.
It just loosens you up,
She got
opens your
better.
sinuses. It's,
Yeah.
But I think what happens, I think what gets to me is like when people are like, well, drugs, which are, okay, we're going,
We're getting really off topic here.
medically speaking, I don't think personally, if you're sick, you should be able to take whatever you need. If you're starving, you should be able to eat whatever you eat. So we shouldn't look at it in dire situations.
No, and
Because-
I think it's defined that way as well too, isn't it? Where it's like if you are in a situation where there is no other meat, let's say you're in the middle of the desert and there's a pig walking by, and there's nothing else to eat, then I mean I think then it is permissible for you to
No,
eat.
you eat the sand. There's plenty of sand. Imagine just eating sand instead of like pig because you're that like holy.
The thing is like even, but growing up, I mean, staying on topic, but going off this particular part of the topic. Growing up, we heard like going to the masjid, mosque, whatever you want to call it. I don't know about your guys' experience, but mine was almost everything we did was like not allowed and haram.
Yeah. Well, I think we should like just define halal and haram because we also say, we also use haram in like a broader sense too, because I've used haram in the sense that, like, let's say, for example, skipping out on swimming during gym class. I've always said that, hey, I can't do it because I'm let's say fasting. I'm quote unquote fasting that day, so it's haram for me to swim, and I would use that excuse as like
That's totally using the term.
no.
Well, that's because you're
Sorry?
just using it
That's
as an
using-
excuse. You're not using it to like
Right.
they don't know what halal and haram. The normal white folk, they won't know what that is. So
Yeah,
you're
that's
only
true.
using
That's
it for
exactly,
that
yeah.
example, but for specifically for alcohol
Right.
or
You're,
swine consumption, then it is halal and haram. Well, I mean, it says in it says in Surah Al-Baqarah, he has only forbidden to you dead animals' blood, the flesh of swine, and that which has been dedicated to other than Allah. So basically, swine is completely off the list. You can't. But it's different with alcohol consumption. It's not so much consumption, it's more like you can use it as a disinfectant, which kind of what Sumra was saying.
Right. Well, I mean, alcohol, that one, I think people, it's harder, I think, for Pakistani Americans or, Muslim Americans, because we live in a country in which alcohol is just so part of the culture. It's kind of hard to be like, this is just, not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just saying I think it's just the truth that it's way harder for us to be like, this is wrong. Straight up, what you're doing is wrong, when it's so normal.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if someone's taking a drink, who am I to look at them and be like, you wrong? Because, in other religions, it's not wrong. It's just,
actually, it is.
Well, yes and no. I mean, in Christianity, they drink wine because it's the blood of Christ.
Right, but it's also kind of forbidden in a lot of religions as well to drink alcohol. But that rule has been broken, as well as it has been broken in our religion as well for some people. So yeah.
For a lot of people. Well, I mean, I think technically though we can say that under the guidelines of like the strict guidelines, it is haram.
Of course, yeah.
Same with the pig. That being said though, like when you look technically halal, I feel like haram is used very different, like Zan was saying, than halal. Like halal is meant for, I think, mostly like, what is that crackling? Who's eating?
Not
Zan.
not me.
Sloppy peas again.
Not me. Nope. Nothing in my hands. I'm doing wrist exercises as I'm speaking.
Maybe you're cracking your wrist.
I think I know exactly what it is. It's the coupon magazine my mom has right next to my laptop.
Okay. I was like, Zan, you better not be eating wasabi peas right now.
No.
But yeah, I was just saying, I think halal has to do more with our food consumption. Like that word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
For sure.
Not necessarily.
I also feel like there's so many things that like, alright, so like basically Zen, especially, he got a book from the mosque. Like this was like years ago. That
I remember the book.
Yeah, that states exactly what's halal and haram. And in that book, it states such BS about like what's haram. They're like, Crest toothpaste is haram. Dove shampoo
Oreos
is haram.
are haram.
Like Oreos, like I want, like there may be like ingredients in that are haram, but like there's no alternative. It's just, I feel like every food item that you casually eat as a Pakistani American, you eat is haram.
Let me just like explain this book, right? So this book, it was, it not only just shows food items, but it also like as Maz said, it shows like shampoo, daily household stuff as well. And this book, and this book is not a a be end of all of like Islam. This is specifically one guy's opinion of what he thinks, based off of his research that he's done and based off of his findings, what he thinks is halal and haram, right? So a lot of the book, we can call it BS for a lot of it, but at the same time, it's like some guy wrote this, and so clearly some people actually believe that, and people actually think that maybe Head and Shoulder shampoo is supposed to be haram, when it really, when you get that nitpicky, I feel like, and this is what I think Maz is trying to say, when you try to get nitpicky like that, when you try to start labeling everyday items such as soap and like toothpaste as something that's halal or haram, I feel like that's going a little too far, like a little too much, maybe. I don't know.
I agree.
But that's just our opinion, especially. I mean, if you ask someone from like
Pakistan,
if you actually ask a fob, that's like,
No,
they're
but
gonna
that's
say,
not true though.
yeah,
Because in
exactly.
Pakistan and like stuff, they have shampoos like Head and Shoulders. They have Dove shampoos. They have Pantene. They have Oreos and stuff like that. And people consume that stuff in Pakistan. And those are the fobs that we're talking about, I guess. And
I do want to make a difference. So like I feel like the culture in Pakistan when it comes to these things is very different than like more strict Muslim countries. Maybe I'm wrong. I think we're just
No, I mean,
maybe
no. Well, you got to
we're-
think of it this way. I think it's like, for us, we've been grown. We were born and raised, obviously, in America. So for us, our
America.
opinion, yeah, America. Our views are so skewed to an American point of view when it comes to these type of stuff. So that's why for us, like, we eat McDonald's and whatever, and we'll discuss that as we go on. But for us, it's okay. It's whatever. As long as we don't eat pig, it's okay. But like for a country like Pakistan, I mean, obviously Pakistan is a little bit more westernized than, as you were saying, some of these strict Muslim countries, such as, like, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or something, where I believe
let's
that.
not call it out too much.
Why not? It's the truth.
No, I mean, but it's like Jordan, whatever, Indonesia. So some of the islands in Indonesia are really strict. So it's like, it all really depends on where you live and what type of, like, environment you've grown into.
I mean,
so it's like,
people can use that same argument and say that we have strict culture in Pakistan and other ways, which is true. We might have more strict guidelines on other things, but I think, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been to those countries. Like, that's another thing. I feel like we haven't experienced what it's like over there. And I think maybe it's just so much easier because everything is, like, halal. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's a Muslim country.
I would love to see like a liquor store or something like that in Pakistan. Like, how do
Well, that's
people?
underground.
Well, like, people
That's not gonna
obviously
happen.
drink somehow. Like those people who
Yep.
They make it in their bathtubs, moonshine.
they crush up the they churn it. They like step on him and all that.
It's not
The
butter.
wine.
You don't make alcohol like
No,
butter.
I mean, wrong.
can you imagine though, like, putting their feet in
Someone's putting a potato and, like, just turning it and be like, "When's the vodka coming?"
it? Someone's stepping on grapes. When's the wine coming?
Wait, I think he meant to use the word fermentation.
That's a great word.
That's the word, not a great word.
That's a great.
That's a great word, just in general. Okay, but you know what gets to me? Okay, like
What grinds your gears?
What grinds your gears?
this segment of what grinds Amna's gears. When people, like, okay, if I'm eating, I'm going pretty far, but if I'm eating, like, penne alla vodka, okay, which is delicious, okay, people are like, you can't eat that because it was cooked in alcohol. But I'm like, okay, let's look at this scientifically though, buds. The alcohol is cooked off. There's no, it's just the flavor is left. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but
here,
we're
kids?
I don't
with
think
that,
people-
what you're saying, I know some aunts and uncles that, if they see something like penne alla vodka, they're not going to order that. That's just a fact,
But I'm
right,
also
because they
it's the facts, but I'm saying it still grinds my gears because I feel like, I mean, I'm not, it's harder. I know it's different because we come from a different generation. I completely get that. And that I'm not going to force anyone to I'm not going to, like, be like, eat it and, like, force it down someone's throat. But I'm just saying, like, I do think that, like, we have to start thinking logically too and be like, okay, well, this alcohol there's no actual alcohol, in this. There's actually more alcohol in a NyQuil than there is in this penne alla vodka. It's just called penne alla vodka because they put a little alcohol, just like you put red wine in, like, certain pasta dishes. It just cooks off. It's just for flavoring. It's, so I don't know.
It's like the case with the Chinese food. Like, I know that was, like, my very first
Sake.
question. Yeah, and I would be like, hey, Mom, I remember asking her this too. I was like, hey, listen, that, like, with Chinese food, they put, this alcohol or sake, they put in wine, whatever, to make this Chinese food. It's like, isn't that bad? And she has always told me that exactly what you said, Amna, how that it just burns off, so it's not that big of a deal. But to some people, it is a big of a deal.
I know
so,
people
I don't know.
close to our family that would not, order something like that. And I personally, do I agree with it? No. But that's just how they view it. They say, I remember I was actually at a restaurant with them and they said, they asked the waiter, oh, is there any alcohol in the dish? And the waiter was kind of confused, like, what do you mean? There's no alcohol in the dish. It was cooked in alcohol, but there's no alcohol in it. She said, okay, never mind. She ordered something else, like fish, tilapia, or I don't know, something like that. But I thought that was, interesting. I was like, okay.
This seems like our
No,
mother.
it wasn't. It wasn't. But I thought that was interesting.
No, like I the thing
See-
is what I don't like about that is that I'm with you, and I don't agree with it, and on top of it, my whole thing is when you go out to eat, first of all, you better expect, because most Americans, a lot of people use alcohol to
European
flavor their
cooking.
food. Right, so they use it to flavor food, so that's just part of the deal when in Rome. But the other situation is when you're going out to eat, legitimately, like, your meat is probably cooked right next to bacon, or your fish is probably cooked on, if you're getting grilled fish, you don't think it's cooked next to the grilled bacon, like, or like the bacon on top of the grill, like, of course.
Oh yeah,
it
just
is.
like fast food, like any fast food
Right.
joint. You know, do you think they're purposely, like they're keeping everything separate? No, it's all being cooked on the same thing. You know.
So you should just not go out to eat then. That's basically, if you're that
Right. I mean,
strict.
if you're that strict about, like, oh my God, there's alcohol in this, when really there isn't, because it is cooked off. There is no alcohol in it. But if you're that strict, then don't drink NyQuil. Don't drink any cough medication. Don't take any medication with it. Don't eat
Don't
out.
eat it out. Period.
Right.
Stay home and make your own food.
Your shrimp scampi, your all your seafood dishes, most of them are probably cooked next to pork of some kind.
A little
So-
chinte.
Coming in.
Chinte.
Chinte are little like spritz, like that when you
And another, yeah, ew, that's disgusting. I hate that word.
Spritz.
It's when you like drop something into hot oil, it's like pss, like the spritz of oil that come out.
See, it sucks because like the first thing I think of when I hear chinta is like the toilet. Like, that's what I think of. Chinta of like the water splashing when you like.
Oh man, that's terrible. Anyway,
Another
Summer,
thing I don't like is, don't tell me. I don't like, if I'm eating something happily, ignorance is bliss. Please don't ruin my love of the food by telling me what's in it, because I don't want to know.
question. If you're willing to eat out, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. If you're willing to eat out and eat from food that was on the same grill as bacon grease, what about a piece of pizza that had pepperoni? Would you peel off the pepperoni and eat that pizza?
I mean,
I
I'm not
wouldn't.
gonna lie. Have I done, not necessarily pizza, but have I done that where it's accidentally come in my sandwich and I'm too lazy to go complain and say, hey? Have I peeled off that? Yes, I have.
So let me tell you guys a story. One time, so I was I was getting Wendy's. This was like a couple months ago in college. I was like super broke. I had like $20 in my account, like something like that. And it was, the rest of it was in my savings, but like I was like, I'm not budging. So I went to go get Wendy's, and like it came in bacon, and I had like $5 left in my account. I mean, in my bank account. I was just like, all right, do I go complain or should I just send it? I took out the bacon. I just ate it because I was just like, all right, yeah, I don't have enough money, so let me just send it.
Right. That's what I have done. I haven't done that a million times, but, I have done that like maybe once or twice.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, I had like a strict view of like not eating pork, because one time I ate pork like in a Chinese.
I remember
dish,
that.
And I started like
I remember
hysterically crying, and like this was like when I was mad young. This is super young, but I was hysterically crying. But like if I ate it now, I would feel sorry, but I wouldn't be like crying about it. Like
I remember my first time eating pork without realizing it, and it was preschool. I was like 4 or 5, and it was green eggs and ham day. And I didn't realize, because I knew as a kid, in my head, I was like, don't eat pork. See, I didn't make the connection that ham was a pig, it was pork. So I was like, yum, green eggs and ham. Ate it. Came home, I'm like, Mommy, guess what I ate? She's like, what? I'm like, green eggs and ham. And she's like, what? You had ham? She obviously
She did
like
that
wasn't.
double take.
It was like a movie. It was like a drama. I was like, da-dum, da-dum.
did she get a bar of soap and start rubbing your tongue?
No, my mom was like, all right, well, don't eat it again. I'm like, okay. I mean, I was a kid,
Well,
it
because
doesn't matter.
you're like 4 years old. How do you know? And you know what? I've seen my dad do the same thing, by the way. Just I've seen him in the past. Like, it's accidentally come on a sandwich, and he just, like, threw the bacon out and ate it. So I've seen him do it, too.
I mean...
See, like, my dad, he eats McDonald's. He eats all that types of stuff. But my mom, she's different. She does not eat anything like that.
Yeah, your mom only eats halal meat, which, to those of you out there, it's like kosher meat.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's basically kosher. It's the same thing except a different prayer.
yeah, it's just like.
But the thing is,
a
she'll
different word
eat like
used.
a
she
fish
don't-
burger, or like anything fish.
Yeah, but fish isn't considered like that type of meat. Fish is considered like, oh, no matter where you go, seafood is good to go. But like, you know, it's not like when we mean meat, we
Well,
don't
not
mean
necessarily.
seafood.
Actually, in Pakistan, seafood isn't. I mean, not in Pakistan. In just if you're being really religious here, that's technically haram as well. Seafood.
It's not
Makruh.
haram. It's
No, it's
makruh.
not. It's makruh.
Makruh doesn't mean halal. It just haram. It just means that it's like meh, maybe shouldn't, but it's whatever. That's what it is.
Makruh is exactly right in the middle between halal and haram, where it's just like, if you want to believe it's halal, then go for it. If you don't, then
I
it's
don't
haram
think
to
that's
you.
how
Whatever,
the,
you know.
the definition is.
Well, that's how I always interpreted it as. That's how I interpreted it. But I mean, there is probably a good definition for it.
That we don't feel like looking up right now.
Honestly,
That I
I was
just don't
always
feel like
so
looking up.
confused about. I was so confused about makruh because I'm like, why? What's the point of even like saying anything about it then? If it's like if makruh is in the middle, then it's just what? Do you eat it then? Do you not? Like, give me a yes or no here, buds. Like,
Yes,
come on,
you
God.
eat it. I'm not
Are you
God,
there,
but
God?
yes.
It's me, Amina. Can I have seafood? Like, what's happening here? God doesn't care.
Listen, at the end of the day, this is my belief. Just to yourself say
Samra's speaking.
a little
Please
prayer
listen.
and eat your chicken. And you're good to go.
Only because I was curious, I looked up makruh. According to Wikipedia, makruh is a disliked or offensive act. Though it is not haram, it is subject to punishment, and a person who abstains from this act will be rewarded. That's all
Oh,
it says.
God.
So great. You get punished no matter what you do in life.
They're always out to get you, you know.
Well, I eat a lot of seafood, so I'm going to be punished a lot if that's how this works.
Yeah,
And you know
seafood
what?
is-
A lot of-
I'm not stopping, so...
You know what I had yesterday? Steak. And I'm not stopping.
But I had a nice lamb burger with a nice feta cheese on top of it and some
Was it-
fries. It was
I had a
amazing.
nice aloo gosh
Amazing.
and chawal.
Okay, wait, guys. I have a question.
Can I just say something?
Okay, so
Okay.
you know we say like pig meat is haram or whatever, but aren't there other meats that are also haram? I'm not saying we would ever eat them. I'm just saying like horse.
It's
I'm
not-
pretty
Yes.
sure you can't eat
So, like-
horse.
No, you
Yeah.
can eat horse.
No, I don't think you can eat
No,
horse.
you can eat horse. You can't eat horse in, like, the American culture because that's gross and, like, they're nice animals. But you're not supposed to eat animals that
So,
eat
like
other
dogs,
animals.
you can't eat.
So you,
You can't eat, like... Well, no. But you can't eat, like, a lion because a lion will consume the flesh of a dead
Right.
animal. Do you understand?
anyone who eats a dog should just not be alive.
So,
That's cruel.
Got Maz,
You're talking to a.
you're talking to a lot of people right now.
I'm sorry.
Dogs are adorable. Dogs
I'm gonna
are
be attacked
adorable.
by them. Sorry.
That
so
is...
messed
You need to backtrack big time on that.
Yo, Zan, please edit that out.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Yes,
Don't worry.
seriously.
I'm gonna cut
Please
that out.
edit that.
That was the word. That was so offensive. I'm offended for everyone right now.
Oh
I'm
god.
I'm doing my duty as someone who's seeing and hearing something that's not correct and saying, Zan, you need to apologize.
I'm so sorry. That was not meant to
but
be
he's
racist
editing
at
this.
all.
He's gonna edit that out.
He's not gonna edit out.
I'm not gonna
He's
edit it out.
He's not gonna edit it out.
I might make the levels go a little low, but
This is raw podcast. No edits.
No, but that's why I had like the question
this
about
straight
it because
through.
why are those technically haram? I don't get it.
well, like human flesh is haram too. I mean, who eats
No,
human
it's-
flesh? But You know what I mean?
I get the pig thing, but I don't get.
It is actually.
Pigs don't eat
It got
other
got real
animals
quiet.
I
though.
think. I think
Yes,
horses
they do.
are makruh.
So, okay, that's what you're wrong. So that's what the whole point about a pig is. This is at least what I was told. What people can correct me. People can say Islam is wrong. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. This is what I was told, okay? If you put a dead pig in front of a pig, it's going to eat it. It's going to eat it. Pigs are bottom feeders. That's like the whole point. It's like it'll just eat whatever you give it. It's not going to, I'm pretty sure about that. That's like even I've heard like people who've worked on farms say that like pigs will just eat it.
Gotcha.
They don't care. Okay, so like I might be wrong. It's like someone who's an avid pig farmer might be like, you are wrong. That's whatever. But that is what I've heard from other sources who worked on farms saying that if you put a pig in front of a pig that's dead, it's gonna eat it. So, that's why seafood is considered bottom feeders as well. That's why it's makruh, but it's different for some reason. I don't know why, but because they will just eat.
Well, the
their
thing is
scavengers kind of as well.
fish,
So,
like what else can they eat? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else in the ocean. They would have to
right,
eat fish.
exactly.
Yeah.
They could eat right. I'm just thinking. No, but anyway, the point is what you're saying is yes, you cannot eat animals that eat other animals. Okay,
Yeah.
Got it?
But then,
That's why you can eat goat because it eats grass, and sheep because I don't think we eat sheep, but because they eat grass. Lamb, they what? They eat grass. Chicken? Chicken. What do they eat? Not other chickens. So
I'm not saying I would do this. I'm not at all. But I heard that human meat is amazing.
oh my
oh
god.
my god! I am so shocked right now. I don't know what to say.
No, that is. I've heard that too. You know what? There was a YouTube video on Vice, and it was an interview with a cannibal, and they said it's one of the best meats, if not the best meat you could ever have.
Yeah, but that's because that person's a cannibal.
Also, they do think
No,
that
you can keep on going. It's fine.
Okay, continue. Oh no, I was just say they do say that people who eat other people's meat have a kind of disorder, and so maybe it projects. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. Okay, I don't know. I'm just saying maybe that when they eat it, it projects as if it's that much better. Because they have this disorder that's making them crave human meat.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I have no clue.
No, but I know what you're talking about, Amina, because I know it was I think an ASAP Science video or something that I was watching on YouTube that also kind of talked about that, where, because it's obviously you have to be a certain type of person to have that mentality of eating human flesh. So because you're eating the human flesh, that it triggers that part of your brain being like, oh yeah, this is great, this is amazing. But
it's like people who murder for the first time, who are kind of bad, they have that, serial killers, they murder for the first time, and it's like, oh yeah, gotta keep going with this.
It's like that rush, I guess, right? Where
Yeah.
you're just like, oh my god, let me just keep going,
By the way, we condemn eating human flesh and murdering
that is a
people.
no-no, please.
Okay? Please,
I like we have to
do
state
not.
that, because who knows what people would take out of that.
Take out of context. All you hear is Maz go, I hear human flesh is great.
They're gonna
Yeah,
take that as a clip.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, but no. So that's my answer to your
Right.
question, Geki. Right. So what I want to know though is do you guys have a problem with gummy bears
No.
or Skittles?
No.
Now,
Gelatin.
Not at all. But see, that's a very controversial topic as well, because a lot of people
Can't
will
eat a
still say that,
Starburst.
oh, you're not supposed to eat that. Can't eat a
I don't care.
Starburst.
I'm gonna eat it.
okay, well, the reason why we can't eat Starburst is, I guess, because of the gelatin. And the gelatin is from the fats of a pig, I guess. And so that's why we can't consume.
But see, it's always been debated, but because I always heard from one person that it's pig fat that's usually with gelatin, then I hear from another person that it's horse fat or whatever that is used for it. So I don't even know what it is exactly what gelatin is, but Yeah, it is definitely
I
up
mean,
in the air.
if you really want to know, you call up the company and you ask them.
But who has the time for that? You know.
A lot of
We've
people
done it
actually
once.
do.
Oh, you have done it.
Yeah, well, I haven't, but I know Summer
I believe
has.
it's
I think, with
Sabina.
No,
Skittles.
I've never called.
Well, anyway, Skittles we can eat. Skittles we can eat because it's beef gelatin, by the way. Also, not that I care because I'm still gonna eat Skittles. If anything, now I just want to eat anything with pig gelatin just
Yeah,
to be
I'm
like
pretty
whatever.
sure. It's
I
you
sound
can't eat
terrible.
marshmallows. You can't eat Starburst, stuff like that.
Well, marshmallows. Okay, here's my deal, guys. Again, if I know for a fact that this is what's happened, or this is what's in it, not what's happened, but what's in it, then I don't eat it. Like marshmallows. Okay,
See, but
I
then
know
wait,
now
that's so
they have it.
hypocritical of you. How can you
So-
eat any other candy, but knowing that you know marshmallows and Starburst have it, you won't eat that. But you'll eat a Starburst.
See, here's the deal, though. I don't know
gosh.
for sure Starburst has it.
See, no, that's like
Yeah,
you're right,
exactly.
Dawson. Like that's
That's
annoying.
so
Like, eat it or
hypocritical
don't
of you,
commit or
Samra.
don't commit.
No, I don't know. Don't know
Oh
for
my
sure if
God.
Starburst has it.
Summer,
That's
you just
my thing.
you know what? If you put a plate of like jambalaya in front of Sumra and she didn't know that there was sausage in there, she'd eat it.
Yeah, I would.
But
I
my
didn't
whole thing is, you should like if you're gonna not eat pork, then do it the right way. Be like, is there pork in this?
Okay, so wait.
Not be
Guys,
like, I don't know,
Summer,
ignorance
if I
is
tell you
bliss.
right
Like,
now,
That's
the
what I am.
Starburst, the gelatin from Starburst is from the pigs. Now, what are you gonna say now? I'm not eating it anymore.
No, legit. Like I'm gonna tell you a story. We go to Cheesecake Factory quite a bit. Someone told me one of my favorite desserts they have there. Someone told me that it was made with pig gelatin, and like actually looked it up and showed me the thing. And I was like, showed me like the ingredients, and I was like, first of all,
Well,
thanks
what
a
is
lot.
it?
But second of all, I haven't had it ever since.
Wait, what was the dessert though? What was the dessert?
Lemoncello tortilla
Yeah,
tort
the-
cake.
Tort cake, yeah, the limoncello tort cake or whatever. I've never had it ever
How
since.
the okay? How the frickety frack is there gelatin in that frickin' tort? I made lemon bars the other day. There's no goddamn gelatin in that frickin' thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know how people cook it, right? I mean, or make it, bake it, whatever.
who the
my
hell
point
is
is,
also
is, like-
looking this shat up? What your friend? I'm mad at them because
Sumra,
why are they going out of
Sumra,
their
I
way
know
to
who
look
told
this
you,
up?
and that's
It
why I'm
pisses me
laughing.
off.
Really.
I don't
Well,
know.
I'm just saying, like that's what happened. And like since that point, though, you're asking me like once I find out what I know. I mean, would I not eat? No, I wouldn't eat. But I want to actually see it. Like I want to see a source. Otherwise, I don't want to know. Like don't tell me. Yes, it sounds hypocritical. Fine, ignorance is bliss. I'm not gonna. I don't want to know. If I mean, obviously, jambalaya I know has like I can read a menu. If the menu says sausage, I'm not gonna order it.
What are you like?
What if it
I don't know
says-
what
what if it
kind of
says-
sausage.
Yeah, what if it says cheeseburger
Obviously,
with
what
bologna
kind of
and
question
bacon?
is that?
Well, obviously, I'm not gonna order it.
I think
That was the worst question I've ever heard.
I would send it and just eat it.
Send
I think I would
hate
just
that
send
so
it.
much.
No, but
See,
or like when I go to like a place that's like a hot dog, like they have burgers and hot dogs and stuff. I specifically ask, is this 100% beef hot dog? Because I know hot dogs can
Yeah, like the gas
be,
station hot dogs are definitely.
a
fine.
mix.
Okay. All right.
Wait, Summer, did you say you ordered a hot dog from Cheesecake Factory?
No. I
I'm about to
said if I
say.
order a hot
Swanky
dog from a
Frank's.
place that has like burgers and hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Wait. I
Yeah,
want to
exactly.
Swanky
Swanky.
Franks. They're all beef, I thought.
Well, I don't know about.
I'm a
Swanky
fan of
Franks.
Swanky
He
Franks
just
as
makes
well. I like
a
Swanky
hot dog
Franks.
that has
Swanky.
hot dogs.
You know what, Swanky Franks? We support you. The Pakistani Muslims of this podcast support you in your business.
As long as it's beef.
Yeah, as long as
Support
it's
them.
beef.
Anyway, I have a, okay. I want to take a. I have a little segue. I have a segue. What about so there are people in our family, not gonna name names, but once I say it, it's gonna be out there, that won't let their kids watch Peppa Pig. Can I just say this though? Let me just say this because it really bothers me. Wouldn't you want your kid to eat I mean, not eat. Oh my God, wouldn't you want them to watch Peppa Pig though? Because they like pigs then, and they wouldn't want to eat a pig after that. Because they're like, oh, they're so cute. I love them. I don't want to eat them.
Yeah, but then the same thing goes for the cow. Like, if you see the cow in the cartoon or whatever.
What cartoons are there?
Who knows? I'm just saying. What if there's a cow cartoon? Then you're not going to want to eat that.
Well, my whole thing is no one prevents that. You know what I mean? No, I just think.
I
it's
mean,
ridiculous.
I've definitely seen chicken cartoons, and I eat chicken like every day. I don't think any chicken's cute.
No matter what, I mean, it's a cartoon. It shouldn't matter.
No, yeah, you're right. No, exactly.
Especially when it's supposed to be an educational show. At best, you know, it's not
like
even supposed to be. Yeah, it's not like they're focusing on Peppa the Pig being the pig. It's just focusing on the whatever the episode is about. You know, they're not talking.
If we're being 100% honest. Oh gosh.
I don't like.
Why
Well, I don't like
so
that use of that
PC,
word.
people.
Gonna,
Let's be real.
I don't care. Oh.
Nah.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my God! Wait,
Anyway.
I'm just laughing so hard because
Wait, hold on.
Anyway,
I
don't like
piloted
that.
these episodes. What did I say? I'm gonna bring the controversial statements, and I brought it.
Yeah, you're gonna be that person, and I'm gonna say to you, I don't like it. That being said, going over that, you're right though. I think it's very weirdly close-minded to prevent your kids to watch a TV show because it has pigs in it, like because pigs to consume it makes absolutely no sense to me. I think it's so ridiculous. If anything, yeah, like I said before, I really stick by that statement that, you know, Peppa Pig, it's so cute. You're not going to want to eat Peppa. If my kid is like, oh, now I want to eat pig, I'm going to be like, wow, well, you're freaking eating Peppa now. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, then again, if there's going to be a cartoon about a cow, which there have been what's that other farm animal?
Cow and chicken.
Rocco's Modern Life.
You know, then you got to tell them the same thing. Oh, you're going to eat cow.
Well,
You know what though? If my kids watch that show and they come to me and they're like, Mom, I don't want to eat that anymore because I care about it too much, I'm not going to say no.
Story.
Then I'm going to be like, okay.
I'm going to tell your kids no. I'm going to say, kids, I know you're Amna's kids, but you have to not watch this.
Kids, I know you're Amna's kids.
You're addressing Amna's kids as I know you're her kids. But let me...
Kids,
but
come
I'm
round.
not letting you watch this.
Come round, kids. I know you're Amna's kids. but that's what you're saying, Summer. If they watch a cow show and they come up to me like, I don't want to eat cow, then I'm gonna be like, okay.
No, but my point is then if they eat pig, then you have to, and you're gonna say, well, how could you eat pig? You watch Peppa the Pig. Then if they eat the cow, you're gonna have to say the same thing. How can you eat the cow? You watch Mary the Bessie. I don't know, whatever
Also,
the show
but
is.
I don't. But okay, fine. You know what? You're right. I take that back. Okay, I give up that one. But I do have to say, you know, like, what kid then on the opposite side of that is like, ooh, Peppa the Pig, now I really want to eat a pig. Do you know what I'm trying to say here? Like,
I agree with the fact that is that not very, like, that's closed-minded, that you shouldn't watch Peppa the Pig just because it's a pig. Of course, I'm not saying that. But I don't agree with the statement of what kid's gonna want to eat a pig after what, you know what I'm saying? Like that can go for what kid's gonna want to eat a fish after they see Finding Nemo? I don't know. Maybe kids will.
I don't know. I heard that and I guess the worst part of it is like, fine, you don't want your kid to watch it. Whatever, do you? It's not harming anyone else. But when you go up to other people and be like, your kid watches this, I don't know why you let them watch it. That's when I want to be like, who are you to come up to me and say that that's wrong?
Nobody should lecture other people about how to, you know,
how to enforce these
lives.
Whatever halal and haram. Okay, like, you know, if I go to okay, I'm doing a lot of if my kid, but you know, if anyone's kid of yours, you're going to tell them what you think is right or wrong, right? But I'm not going to the neighbor's kid, and I'm not going to be like, you know what, little Hindu boy, I'm going to feed you cow, because you should eat cow. Like, just dumb. I'm mad.
No, I
I'm
mean
mad
I
at
hear
it.
you on that, but a different, really quick off topic on this. For my little cheesecake story. No harm. I'm just telling the story of the fact that someone told me something. I don't eat it anymore. So if you tell me something, I won't eat it. But I don't want to
Very
know.
hypocritical
So
of you,
someone's trying to
Summer.
say,
I'm
don't
just
tell her
pointing that out
anything.
right now.
Let her live.
It is.
How though? I just want to know, like, if I read it on the menu, okay, fine, I'm not gonna
but
order it. But
I'm
like,
almost
that means
positive
I have to ask
Starburst has the
constantly.
gelatin for a pig gelatin.
Okay, so then you know
Okay.
what?
Hey,
Watch.
I
I won't
we'll
eat
see.
Starburst.
Okay, but like, does that little tiny piece of gelatin that's residing in that Starburst, like what if you have like penne alla vodka and there's like a tiny like sliver of alcohol that hasn't been cooked off? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
We really don't know if there's any alcohol. Like, that's a much harder way to measure, Amna. You can't
but
measure the alcohol.
I'm just saying, like, I just feel like it's taken so far. That being said, maybe I am just not religious enough and I shouldn't be talking for people who are very devout. Like, that's true. I just feel like you're not that devout, Samra. It's not like
I'm not, which is why, like, if I don't see it,
Okay.
I don't hear it.
Okay, we'll
I'm not
take it
asking
for
any
what it
questions.
is.
Like,
No, listen, Samara. In the end of the day, I do exactly what you do. Where I also am kind of in the same boat where it's like, if I don't know it's in there, then I don't care. Whatever. As long as it tastes good, I don't know what's in there, it's fine. I mean, I'm not that strict in the sense where it's like, oh, if I find out that Starburst has pig gelatin tomorrow, that I won't eat it. I mean, I'll still eat it. I mean, Starburst is Starburst, because it's like I've had it before. I can't just suddenly be like, all right, I'm done. I can't eat this anymore.
well, no, I honestly, I do stop, because then I feel, then it's a conscious thing. Then I'm like, I know about it, and I'm still doing it. For me, that's how I am. So I feel bad if I do that. Personally.
And I
feel
respect
like
that. I completely respect that. It's
this episode, I feel like, in my opinion, is just like very
Okay.
controversial, and like our Muslim viewers, our Muslim listeners, I feel like they're just gonna bash us and what we have for our opinions. But
This
like,
is what I
honestly,
think,
like, this is what we believe
They're
in.
gonna
and, like,
devour us, and
yeah, like, well,
I mean, I think, like, if you are, if this is really important to you and you really believe that, anything with a pig, it is said in the holy book, said in the Quran, you don't want to do it, like, all to you. And it's a very powerful stance to take in a country in which is surrounded by pork products everywhere. So, you know what? All to you. That's really, really strong, and whatever. Maybe I'm just weak. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I'm weak and I'm, we can't do it and we're not as strong as you. I'm not insulting people who are able to do it. Or I don't think we are. I think we're saying we just,
no,
I
we
just
we're
can't
talking
do it.
about our personal selves.
this
And
is like
the only person that
personal-
was insulted was the guy the person who was against Peppa the Pig. That was the only person who was insulted in this podcast.
This is kind of like off topic, but this is kind of like relates to this too. I also feel like, let's just say you eat like non-halal chicken and all that type of stuff. You don't follow it, like, compared to your fellow Muslim. You should not be
Yes.
judged in a negative manner compared to that Muslim next to you. I mean, like, that Muslim doesn't eat chicken out in McDonald's, but that doesn't make that Muslim better than you. Like, it's like, don't judge someone from what they do. Like that's just from personal experience. Not gonna get into it, what it was, but that's just, don't judge someone from their
eating habits, basically.
exactly, like, not even eating habits, but it gets more into it. But like, that's for another day we can talk about.
No, I hear ya. I agree. Don't judge anybody. Don't lecture anyone that doesn't ask
good for
questions. Don't.
good for anyone who's doing any type of like halal, haram, like following all that type of stuff. Good for you. You're a better man than I am, but you're not a. Don't make it seem like, yeah, like, I'm a better person than you. Like, oh, I'm higher above than you because I do this and you don't. Like, no.
No, I see what you mean. Like, you're, in that sense, you are more strong than I am. But, there are probably other ways in which, we all are human beings and we have faults and we have, like, strengths. And, no one is just all one thing, like, you might be doing something that I am more devout about or whatever. It doesn't matter. You're right in the sense that, like, I do think, though, because we are more liberal, we are also more, like, don't judge. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? Like, we come from that opinion where we're like, oh, don't judge us. We don't judge you. You don't judge us. But I feel like that's just naive.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what people do. They judge each other. And, like, that's what is, like, unfortunately, like, a lot of people who are very religious, they think, well, in the end, that's the whole point. We're going to be judged, and you're going to be judged for your actions. So,
but this is going off topic. But also, though, the people who are a little bit more liberal versus who are religious, they also judge the people who are religious.
That's true.
Because there are, by being like, oh, we can't, don't talk about this, don't do this, don't do that, because they're religious, they're going to not like us. But it's like, that's not necessarily true either. There are people out there that genuinely follow their religion, practice it, and don't judge others. They're like, you do you, and I'm do me, and that's what it comes down to. But then they won't. It goes both ways.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And then it's like, for example, like, we keep bashing people who are religious. It goes the exact opposite way too. Like, I know people who are atheists, like my friends who are atheists, and they're very. I mean, I don't want to say that they believe that they are better than anyone else because, oh, look, I believe in science and whatever. It's just that they have that, some of the people that I don't hang out with them anymore, they did have that demeanor where they were just like, yeah, like, oh, look at me, I'm so free-spirited and I can do whatever I want. So I just wanted to point that out so we're not only bashing religious people. It could go both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, we're talking broad now. We're talking about religion, and religion's always a very touchy subject, very touchy for Bob and friends. So,
yeah. I don't know if we're ever gonna get into that topic in depth. Like,
what I got from this conversation,
sensitive.
At the end of the day, people ignorance is bliss. That's what I got.
And also, like,
I think that should be the title of the episode. Ignorance is bliss. The halal versus haram. Whatever,
Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on all of our social media. Thank you guys for listening, by the way.
If you have any, yeah, thank you so much. If you have any qualms about this episode, message us, tell us. We want to improve.
We want to hear your opinion.
If you're mad at me, if you're mad at Qasim, if you're mad at Samra for being hypocritical, tell us.
If you're mad at me for being racist,
you know what? I am not hypocritical.
Listen, we have to make a blanket statement, just saying, hey, listen, if we offended anyone, we're sorry. It's our opinion. You do you, we do us, and that's it. In the end of the day. Well,
yeah.
Zan, I think Zan had the worst statement of the day, though.
No, well, I mean, Gossam's statement.
Go back into that. Let's not compare which statement was worse.
That's true. We're going to murky waters.
Yeah, but thank you guys for watching and listening. By the way.
All right,
guys.
Signing off.
I mean,
not
listening.
Yes, being very
watching our Instagram and liking our stuff.
Yeah,
they're being very.
We're getting a lot of responses. We're getting a lot of comments and likes, so it's good. I like it.
We might lose some listeners after this.
Yeah,
but we'll see what happens.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
See you later. Talk to you later.
Peace out.
Bye.